Hello Geminis, this is Joe and this is your September 2020 Singles Tarot reading. Again, this is for singles only, Gemini, and this is an intuitive reading. So what that means is it's not going to be for everybody because it possibly can't be. I think we all understand that. So if it's not for you, if it doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. There's always another message on another day that might be better suited for you. And you know, some of this might fit with you and some might not. So there's always parts of this that you might just leave, and parts of this that really make sense to you. So we're going to explore, Gemini, what your singles status is for September and kind of get into this. It's going to be about a 10 to maybe 15 minute reading. And we're going to just dive right in. Now, I will just say up front that I may read cards a little bit different than you're used to. I read cards intuitively, first and foremost. So the first impression is what is most important to me when I see the card in that first moment or two. And then any other meaning, traditional meaning from the tarot, also gets applied to that from there. But again, I read intuitively, I rely on spirit and the cards to deliver a message that somebody needs to hear. So, Gemini, what is going on for your single situation in September? We're going to pull a couple oracle cards, truth be told, and some tarot cards, and really explore what is happening with you. So, Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. Truth be told, what is that about? And then we have an animal spirit, the panda, the giant panda. This is all about that innocence, gentleness. But I do feel like some of you, though, with truth be told, maybe are being a little bit too reserved. You know, maybe you're treating somebody or something, a situation, with kid gloves. You're not being honest enough about a situation in your life right now, and you might be dealing with an ex, somebody. I kind of feel like maybe some of you, an ex, somebody wants to come back around, and I feel that maybe that's what this is about. But we're going to get into what the tarot cards are saying and find out. So, Gemini, first card out, Ten of Wands. Yeah, so truth be told, like I said, I felt like you are not being forthcoming enough in a situation. I think that you really just want to just almost set sail, walk completely far away from a situation, somebody who just maybe is too heavy, too much to take. And I do feel like maybe you're dealing with an ex and somebody that maybe is trying to come back around a couple times. And in September, you are all about the single life. You have the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. So you definitely have to speak up, Gemini. So, but what has happened? Seven of Wands in your single life. I feel some of you just aren't ready to be in that place of, you know, looking for companionship. The way I see this is almost you need a time out. You need time for you. You have the Ace of Pentacles. This is the big picture here for you in September. So I see the Ace of Pentacles is, to me, is that all that feeling of going solo or wanting to go solo and not wanting to be tied down to anybody or anything. And so I feel like, Gemini, that you're intentionally single right now. I think that maybe you've cut yourself off from somebody, or you're trying to separate or sever ties with somebody that's been maybe too much to handle, or somebody that's been maybe putting a lot on you, and maybe you're not speaking the truth, you're not being clear enough, or you're not being firm enough, or you're not setting enough boundaries with this person. But I think nonetheless is going into September here is you really wanting to just go solo, go it alone. Ace of Pentacles here. You're in pursuit of something completely and totally different at this point in your life in September. And it's not a relationship. It's not something that, it's really not about companionship for you right now, Gemini. I feel like this is all about you time, you doing you, and maybe even you finding you and getting back in touch with yourself. Things that maybe you've put off or you haven't really tended to in a while. So I do feel like this this is really all about you taking care of yourself at this time in your life. The Ten of Wands. And this is where I feel like the truth be told comes into play here, because to me, the Ten of Wands is like something that, again, I did say that I felt like you were carrying around something that really doesn't belong to you. It's something somebody's putting on you. It's not it's not yours to carry. It's not your burden. And you're probably dealing with a persistent person, somebody that keeps wanting to try and either they want to egg you on or try to get you worked up, or they want to try and weigh you down with the woe is me kind of feeling, and they want to try and drag you back in. They maybe want your sympathies, or they want you to feel bad for them or something. And again, I did say I read cards intuitively, and I did feel like before we even really got into this too far, that this was all about you being single, you doing you, but somebody doesn't want to let you go. They want to cast their cares on you. They want you to take care of them. Somebody might look to you as like, you know, you're cleaning up their messes, you're cleaning up their spilt milk all the time. So Gemini, very interesting. And I think that the giant panda, this like gentleness and this innocence with this giant panda here, to me, it's almost like this is kind of how you've been. You maybe have nursed this person a little too much. You may have tended to their needs a little too much in the past. And I think that while you should still maintain that gentleness of character, and that innocence is great when it comes to trying new things and exploring new things, I do feel like it's kind of held you back a little bit, because you might be that type of person that is very easily kind of pulled back towards somebody because of just that, not so much the sympathies, but it's really, you might have a hard time just saying no, and it's easier just to say yes than it is to say no and be firm. But I think this Ten of Wands is you really needing to release this. The Ace of Pentacles and then the Nine of Pentacles here. And so this is, to me, I think the most important card here. Because I think like the Nine of Pentacles is really saying that your focus should be on something else right now at this time other than a relationship. The Nine of Pentacles here is really, you know, I did say you maybe have felt like you've put some things off, or you haven't tended to some things that maybe like you should have. And there might have been a lot of drama, or somebody has really distracted you and kept you from being like at your highest level of productivity, excuse me. And they may have, you know, distracted you and kept you from doing some things that you've wanted to do for a very long time, or things you really wanted to put your energy into. And so this is all about reaping what you sow, in a sense. And I feel that this is really Spirit saying to you right now, this is the perfect time in your life to put your energy into things that you're going to see bear fruit later down the road. And so this isn't like a relationship time for you, maybe, and not a romantic relationship time anyway. This is like a time for you to really get in love with yourself, to do you, to take care of yourself, to set yourself up for some much better things down the road. And then the Queen of Swords here, again, you know, you have this this feeling of maybe not being firm enough, not setting enough boundaries. And I feel that really you're going to be speaking your mind here in September, that you need to really swing that sword once and for all. And then what that means is saying what needs to be said, speaking the truth, and not being dancing around with kind words. And I'm not saying that you need to be mean or disrespectful or argumentative, but this is really just about really speaking what you feel and sticking to it. But what that's going to do is probably going to give you a little backlash. The Seven of Wands here is, you know, all that, it's almost like that gaslighting coming out in this reading. So that gaslighting being this person that you've dealt with in the past that you are no longer in a relationship with, really trying to set you up for an argument. And I think that you're smarter than that. But I think it might be a little bit of a struggle for you, because you, I really feel like in this reading you have been too nice, too kind, too easygoing, at your own expense. So I'm going to pull a couple more cards for you and see what's going on in your single life, and focus more on what's going on outside of relationships for you, because this feels like so much about other things for you at this time in your life, Gemini. It's not about the relationship for you. It's about productivity, prosperity, you know, seeking things out that are going to better you, that are for your highest good, things that are going to be set you up for later down the road to benefit you. And so that's kind of how I feel like this is your transition right now, and this point in time in your life. It's like a transition into something that needs to be about you and not somebody else. So we're going to pull, I don't know, a couple cards until I feel like we get the message we need to hear. Knight of Wands. Interesting, because and the Moon, and one more, Gemini. An Ace of Wands. So, you know, sometimes it's hard to move on. Sometimes it's hard to break away from somebody. And interesting, I just immediately caught my attention here, because the Knight of Wands in this, you know, he's moving forward, but he's looking back. And when I say he, it's he or she, because gender isn't, you know, doesn't come into play here. It could be either or, but by default, I suppose I say he. But this person here is looking back and moving forward at the same time. So it's about that being hard to move forward and kind of to see the reaction, or just to kind of like maybe not feeling 100% sure, or just there's a little bit of anxiety. So I feel that you know, you're going towards something much better, and I feel like fruitful, something that is just really going to bear fruit, and maybe put down some new roots into something really productive. So I feel like that Knight of Wands is you departing into a new venture, into a new area of your life, but there may be this hesitation and this looking back. And then you have the Moon. I absolutely love the Moon. To me, you know, I do feel like a lot of times the Moon is about the lesser light, not illuminating everything. And so we have to sometimes learn to feel our way around and use our senses, our intuition, to try and navigate through things that sometimes we don't have all the information or all the answers. But to me, this is not what this is about. I think to me, the Moon here is kind of like in your face in a way. It's saying that you know what it is that you want to do. You know what it is, what you need to do, and you know how to do it. But you're not trusting that. You're not trusting your gut. And so I think the Moon here is saying to go with the flow, to trust within, trust what's inside of you, what's in your heart, what's in your mind, to go with that, because that's what's going to lead you to your ultimate new beginning, in something that brings you ultimately a lot of happiness and a lot of excitement, and that is the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is all about that brand new passion and discovery of something new that really gives you a lot of drive. It's also creativity. It's like this is a new creative side, a new part of you that maybe has been kind of pushed down or suppressed a little bit, not letting yourself really come out to the full you. And so I think this is really, like I said, all about you being you and coming into your own in a highly independent way. So Gemini, I feel like this is really cool, because this is all about you right now. This is you saying that you don't need somebody else. You don't need to be with anybody else. You don't need that distraction. And in fact, you probably don't want that distraction. Although there's a part of you that might be kind of a little bit lonesome. And that's why I do feel like the Knight of Wands is here kind of looking back a little bit, you know, because there is that feeling of being alone and taking something on all by yourself. But this for you is like the ultimate in confidence. It's a confidence boost. It's going to give you a whole new perspective and drive, and I think it's going to give you this whole new feeling of like this grand feeling of independence that you've never really felt before. And I think it's going to do you a lot of good, Gemini. So this is your singles reading for September 2020. I think it's really cool. You'll know it's for you because it will resonate with you and it'll make sense. So if it was, do me a favor, leave me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know what's going on, and don't forget to subscribe if you do want to hear more next time around, Gemini, and I'll talk to you again soon. Thank you.